Welcome to Kansas Ag Report with your host, Bryan Hallman.
Welcome to Kansas Ag Report. I'm Bryan Hallman, and here's our lineup for today's show. In Ag News, we'll take a look at local and national headlines affecting Kansas farmers. In our Ag Feature, we'll sit down with Barb Downey from the Kansas Beef Council. Inside Kansas Ag has our weekly update from Scarlett Hagins of the Kansas Livestock Association, and Farm Bureau discusses new trucking regulations. And in news you need to know, we'll look back at last week's market activity with the guys from Paragon. Premier Farm and Home gives us helpful tips on pasture fertilization, and we'll let you know about important events coming up around the state of Kansas. Glad you could join us.
Closed captioning brought to you by Dick Edwards in Manhattan, selling America's #1 truck, the Ford F-150, for over 30 years. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. kansassoybeans.org.
Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Dick Edwards Auto Plaza in Junction City, home of this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year, Ram Truck. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Here's our national headlines for this week in Ag News. A personal letter from President Obama to the granddaughter of Dr. Borlaug, founder of the Green Revolution, clearly states his support for the use of biotechnology in agriculture. It comes at a time when the use of GMOs is being discussed more and more by consumers, legislators, and trade organizations. The USDA has made available more than $19 million in grants through the Beginning Farmer and Rancher Development Program. This program will train and educate the next generation of ag producers. Grant applications are due by June 12th. Go to nifa.usda.gov for more information. According to a USDA report, cool and wet conditions this spring have delayed corn planting across much of the U.S. Only 3% of total corn acres were planted by mid-April, which is behind the 5-year average for this time of the year. Grocers are starting to pass along higher costs to consumers after 2 months of sharp increases in wholesale food prices. Retail food prices rose 0.4% in March. The same was reported in February, and this is the largest increase since September of 2011. Beef, pork, poultry, eggs, and milk have had the most dramatic price increases as drought, a virus outbreak, and rising exports have thinned the U.S. supplies. And in local news, Kansas State will host its Sheep and Goat Conference May 2nd through the 4th. Attendees will hear from leaders in every sector of the sheep and goat industry. The program is designed to benefit every producer regardless of their operation size. Attendees may register in advance or at the conference. More information is available at asi.kstate.edu. Due to drought conditions, the USDA has designated 18 counties in Kansas as primary natural disaster areas. Qualified farm operations in these areas may be eligible for low-interest emergency loans from the USDA's Farm Service Agency. Farmers in these counties have 8 months from the date of declaration to apply for the loans. Affected farmers should contact their local USDA Service Center for more information. Following the recent announcement that the lesser prairie chicken would be listed as threatened, Governor Brownback announced Kansas would join in a lawsuit filed in Oklahoma alleging that the Fish and Wildlife Services engaged in tactics that took place without allowing public input. The FWS and the USDA Farm Service Agency are consulting to determine how the lesser prairie chicken listing will impact the terms of CRP contracts expiring September 30th of this year. Up next in our Ag Feature, we'll sit down with Barb Downey, President of the Kansas Beef Council, to discuss her new role in the council. You're watching Kansas Ag Report, and please stay tuned. If you'd like to advertise your business on Kansas Ag Report, give us a call at 785-554-5974.
Spring is sprung and Premier Farm and Home has what you need to keep your yard crabgrass free throughout the season. With a complete line of pre-emergents, you can stop crabgrass before it starts. Premier Farm and Home, 900 Southwest University Boulevard, or find them on the web at heycow.com.
This segment brought to you by Renzi Seeds, Midwest growers' best ally for over 70 years. RenziSeeds.com. RenZE Seeds.com.
A.B. Flint Motor Company. selling quality used cars and trucks in Southeast Topeka at 32nd and South Kansas Avenue. Integrity Gun and Pawn, 2 Topeka locations specializing in firearms and training. igpawn.com to learn more. Kansas Wheat Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com.
Price, selection, dependability. That's the Dick Edwards way. It's a standard that we've lived by for over 30 years, and it continues today with a wide selection of America's most affordable and dependable brands. Ford, Lincoln, Mazda, and Hyundai. We don't draw you in with gimmicks or false promises. Just upfront, honest pricing from great salespeople, always going the extra mile to find the perfect car, truck, or SUV just for you. That's the way it's always been, because that's the Dick Edwards way. Dick Edwards Ford, 2 miles east of the Town Center Mall on Highway 24.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
At Ag Risk Solutions, we have been helping our clients make better crop insurance decisions since 1981. We always focus on helping you find the best coverage options for your farm, and it will give you peace of mind knowing you have a partner you can trust. To learn more about our agency, please visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter. Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution.
Ag Risk Solutions is an equal opportunity provider.
Trending now at Dick Edwards Auto Plaza, Kia and Dodge, Ford and Jeep, all at one location. Kia, affordable, stylish, reliable. Ram, rugged, spacious, powerful. Ford, legendary, dependable, tough. Jeep, off-road, on-road, limitless possibilities. Dick Edwards Auto Plaza, I-70 and Highway 77 in Junction City.
Here at Blue River Traders, we have the greatest selection of rustic and western furniture in Kansas.
At Blue River Traders, you can select from an inventory of rustic lodge or western furnishings. With a designer on hand, Blue River Traders will help create the look you desire.
Barb, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me, Brian.
New president of the Kansas Beef Council, congratulations.
Thank you.
Beef Council supports Kansas beef producers. How?
We administer the dollar per head checkoff for the state of Kansas, and we take those dollars collected in the state of Kansas, send on what we're required to by law to the Cattlemen's Beef Board, and then use the balance of that to promote beef's positive image in the state of Kansas and within the region.
Healthy image being a big part of what you guys try to really promote. Audrey over at the office gets out and talks to other dietitians and physicians. How important is her role in portraying beef in a healthy diet?
Audrey Monroe is a registered dietitian, and she is very well respected within the state of Kansas and within the region, and she does a beautiful job of interacting with fellow professionals, and that's the important part. She's a legitimate, respected, and credentialed professional who can speak to a doctor or a fellow dietitian or a nutritionist on a level that we as beef producers can't. And she does that very effectively for all of us in the state of Kansas. And then gets, by default, gets to spread the positive message of beef farther when those doctors, when those nutritionists turn around and communicate that information to their patients and clients.
Well, looking at beef and keeping it on, I guess, middle-income families' plates is going to be difficult as beef prices continue to rise. Again, getting out and talking to people about the 29 lean cuts, ground beef being a great alternative to some of the more expensive cuts. How important is that?
It's very important because the reality is consumers are price sensitive. What we try to communicate as the Beef Council is how cost efficient beef really is. You get a lot of bang for your nutritional buck in that package. Also, it's part of our responsibility to make sure that folks know that we are using scientifically proven, safe, and accepted tools in order to produce beef more efficiently, and we need those tools if we're going to feed our world.
Well, I think the long-term effect of not only the drought and some of the other issues that are affecting the beef industry in general are going to play out, and I think everything will kind of come back into play here in the next several months. Quickly, do you think that would kind of what you see?
Absolutely. It might be more like a couple of years, but we want to make sure we still have those consumers in our corner when we come out.
Perfect. We're going to take a quick break if that's all right. When we come back, we're going to finish up with Barb Downey out at the Downey Ranch, the new president of the Kansas Beef Council. We'll see you in just a minute.
This segment brought to you by Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. Farmers Insurance, your best protection against the unexpected. Call Agent Dan Key at 785-408-5459. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. grassandgrain.com. Blue River Traders, the finest selection of Western-style furniture for your home. BlueRiverTraders.com.
Barb, thanks for staying with us this morning. Corn prices, soybean prices, drought, no water. It's tough to be a cattle farmer, cattle rancher nowadays, not only in the state of Kansas, but through the Midwest, Texas and Oklahoma. How do you guys manage that?
Well, we ever optimistic. We hope we're coming out of it. There are some signs that things are maybe getting a little better, although there are certainly cattle producers all across the center part of the U.S. and out west that are still in dire straits. But we just try to stay the course and make sure we're in a position to expand that herd when our environment lets us.
You look at the drought. I mean, we're into this for almost 3 years now. Not only pond water, drinking water for your cattle, but water for crops is a big issue. Managing feed costs, managing pastures, that's all got to play a role, I would imagine.
Absolutely, and I think all ranchers are very cognizant that our resources are delicate, fragile, and must be properly maintained. And so I see, on our own ranch and our neighbors and folks I know across the state are doing a very good job of managing those pastures so that long term they are in good shape. It may be some pain for the rancher short term, but long term we want to be in a position that we have our very valuable resources are sitting there in good shape when we come out and reach a steady state.
Well, you touched on a topic that I think most people who aren't in the beef industry don't understand is increasing herd size. I think someone outside would look at that and go, well, why would you call your herd when times are tough? You would figure you would try to add on to that business sense, but it really, in your industry, it doesn't make business sense to do that.
Right, and it can make the lows lower because, just like you say, in times of tight supply, we're even tighter because of the drought. But ranchers are aware of these cycles, and a lot of them, we're looking 5 years down the road at this point.
Dodging the FDA and everybody else, being a rancher nowadays is tough. You've got to keep your head up and look long term down the road. How do you guys prepare for things like that? I mean, you look at the FDA and EPA and things like that, on a whim, can change the way you do business.
They absolutely can, and sometimes it feels like we're shooting at a moving target. But I think what we need to do as a business is we keep our sights on the science. The research, make sure we're producing in a responsible, ethical, and responsible way, and stay the course to some degree, and rely on organizations like our Beef Council to stay out ahead of these, do the necessary work in a PR manner, run interference with FDA, USDA, to make sure that we're all playing on a level and reasonable playing field.
Well, I can tell you, but I've spent a lot of time with Barb and Joe out here over the years, and no one runs a better operation than you guys do. You've always got an open barn policy. If you want to see how beef is produced here in the state of Kansas, the Downey Ranch has always said, come on out and see how we produce beef here in the state of Kansas.
And that's true for a bunch of ranchers I know. We all have an open door. We don't have anything to hide. We're out here doing it right, and we don't mind if anyone looks.
Very good. Barb, thank you for your time.
You're welcome, Brian. Thank you.
If you'd like to advertise your business on Kansas Ag Report, give us a call at 785-554-5974.
The Kansas Department of Agriculture Division of Animal Health has confirmed 4 positive cases of trichomoniasis so far in 2014. Division of Animal Health officials indicate the cases were found in Graham, Osborne, Rollins, Rooks, Sheridan, and Thomas counties. These positives come on the heels of cases in 22 counties last year and 18 in 2012. According to Kansas Deputy Animal Health Commissioner Justin Smith, the majority of cases this year were discovered as a result of an increased number of open females when herds were pregnancy checked. Smith has a number of suggestions to prevent the costly disease from entering a herd. As insurance, he suggested bulls should be tested for trichomoniasis before spring turnout, purchase bulls from reputable breeders, give preference to purchasing virgin bulls. If older bulls are purchased, Kansas regulations require these bulls test negative for trichomoniasis prior to change of ownership. When adding to a herd, avoid open or shortbred females. Smith said additions should be known virgin heifers, cows bred at least 120 days, females that have been sexually isolated at least 120 days, or cows with nursing calves that have not been exposed to a bull since calving. Trichomoniasis is a reportable disease. Anyone with knowledge of infected cattle must report it to the Department of Animal Health.
You can find us on the web at kansasAGreport.com and make sure to like us on Facebook.
Trucking regulations, as they pertain to farm vehicles, have caused a tremendous amount of consternation over the last several years for farmers and ranchers. Fed and state transportation regulations impose an extensive array of documentation, testing, certification, inspection, and record keeping on the trucking industry. These regulations are further complicated when you operate your farm vehicles across state lines, since other states may have different rules than we have here in Kansas. However, the good news is there is a number of exemptions for agricultural producers for both the Fed and state rules. The trouble is trying to figure out what rules you are exempt from and the ones that you are not. First, to qualify for agricultural exemption, your covered farm vehicle must be operated by a farmer, his family, or employees, must operate as a private carrier, must include identifications such as a farm tag, and used to transport agricultural commodities, livestock, machinery, or supplies. Second, if your covered farm vehicle qualifies, it is exempt from the following regulations: controlled substance and alcohol use and testing, CDL standards, medical qualification and examinations, hours of service, and inspection, repair, and maintenance. These exemptions change if your vehicle weight increases or you travel further than 150 air-mile radius from your farm and out of state. We've only covered the surface of this subject matter, but if you would like additional information, please visit the Kansas Farm Bureau website at the address you see on the screen.
This segment brought to you by Renzi Seeds, Midwest growers' best ally for over 70 years. RenziSeeds.com, RENZE Seeds.com. A.B. Flint Motor Company, selling quality used cars and trucks in southeast Topeka at 32nd and South Kansas Avenue. Integrity Gun and Pawn, 2 Topeka locations specializing in firearms and training. IGPawn.com to learn more. Impact Satellite, your local authorized DirecTV dealer. Impact Satellite at 785-554-5974.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Trending now at Dick Edwards Auto Plaza, Kia and Dodge, Ford and Jeep, all at one location. Kia, affordable, stylish, reliable. Ram, rugged, spacious, powerful. Ford, legendary, dependable, tough. Jeep, off-road, on-road, limitless possibilities. Dick Edwards Auto Plaza, I-70 and Highway 77 in Junction City.
Tammy the Pro Home Plus is all about providing warmth and kindness to aging individuals who find it difficult to live on their own. Tammy's team is made up of experienced caregivers and nurses committed to the highest level of individualized care, focusing on health and well-being, and assisting with nutrition, grooming, medications, therapies, and daily living needs, all in a warm, caring environment. Call Tammy the Pro Home Plus today at 785-383-7094 to learn how we can help.
The producer-funded Kansas Wheat Innovation Center was built to get improved varieties into the hands of farmers faster. Kansas Wheat, farmers advancing their future through wheat genetics research.
Price, selection, dependability. That's the Dick Edwards way. It's a standard that we've lived by for over 30 years, and it continues today with a wide selection of America's most affordable and dependable brands. Ford, Lincoln, Mazda, and Hyundai. We don't draw you in with gimmicks or false promises. Just upfront, honest pricing from great salespeople, always going the extra mile to find the perfect car, truck, or SUV just for you. That's the way it's always been, because that's the Dick Edwards way. Dick Edwards Ford, 2 miles east of the Town Center Mall on Highway 24.
This hog is head over hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. Our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at BeyondTheElevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
At Ag Risk Solutions, we have been helping our clients make better crop insurance decisions since 1981. We always focus on helping you find the best coverage options for your farm, and it will give you peace of mind knowing you have a partner you can trust. To learn more about our agency, please visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter. Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution.
Ag Risk Solutions is an equal opportunity provider.
Hi, I'm Brian Holder with Paragon Ag. The focus in the grain markets is shifting to new crops, so let's start in the corn. The trade is not concerned for planting delays as the 2-week forecast remains favorable. So now they'll look forward to any summer weather concerns. We know approximately 50% of the corn yield is made during the pollination phase, and another 30% of yield is made during the fill stage, that time frame just after pollination. So a full 80% of the yield rides on that late June and July weather. Looking at the long-term maps, we can see the months of May, June, and July are currently showing normal rainfall and temperatures. Until this outlook changes, we suggest that we can meet or beat USDA's aggressive and bearish yield of 165 this year. In the big picture for soybeans, we anticipate a record number of acres this year, making the late summer weather crucial. We cannot afford a hiccup in this market, but with normal weather, we stand to triple our ending stocks, and we fear a sharp decline in price after planting. Looking at rainfall totals, you can make a bullish case for the wheat, as central and western areas are not catching the rains and abandonment may be forthcoming. But the question traders are asking is, if the corn market is going to continue to fall, does it even matter? Will the wheat price take its cue from corn? For all the grains, the move we've seen over the past few months is the move we had hoped for, and we believe it's time to get longer-term hedges in place. With normal weather, the April highs may be the highs for the year, and hedges are truly encouraged. For clarification, give Paragon a call at 888-452-8751.
Hi, I'm Chad with Premier Farm and Home, and today I'm going to talk about pasture management for horses. Like most horse owners, we always want to do more with less. So we have few acres, lots of horses, or maybe that one horse on 3 acres, and we just don't quite have enough ground to really maintain that horse. So we're always supplement with hay or something else, but there are some things you can do to increase your production on the ground that you have. And one of those best ways is to fertilize with nitrogen fertilizer. If you're going to fertilize with nitrogen, especially for our cool season grasses, brome, fescue, orchard grass, timothy, those kinds of things, fall fertilization is key in order to build the root reserve, and spring fertilization helps increase your nutrients and your protein and the production based on that root reserve you grew in the fall. So a lot of times we go out and we try to put too many acres or too many horses on too few of acres. And the best way to remember it is when you walk out on the pasture, you should put them out when the grass is about your shin height. And then when it looks like your lawn, we need to go ahead and pull them off and rotate them away, or maybe feed hay in the meantime. By following those simple rules, 60% in the fall, 40% in the spring, you can really get your pastures in shape. If you want any other tips on pasture management, feel free to visit us at heycow.com or give us a call.
Closed captioning brought to you by Dick Edwards in Manhattan, selling America's #1 truck, the Ford F-150, for over 30 years. DickEdwardsAuto.com. Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. kansassoybeans.org. Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Dick Edwards Auto Plaza in Junction City, home of this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year, Ram Truck. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Well, that's our show for today. I hope you'll join us each week for more news and information about agriculture in the state of Kansas. I'm Bryan Hallman, and thanks for watching.
Here at Blue River Traders, we have the greatest selection of rustic and western furniture in Kansas.
At Blue River Traders, you can select from an inventory of rustic lodge or western furnishings. With a designer on hand, Blue River Traders will help create the look you desire.
Spring is sprung, and Premier Farm and Home has what you need to keep your yard crabgrass free throughout the season. With a complete line of pre-emergents, you can stop crabgrass before it starts. Premier Farm and Home, 900 Southwest University Boulevard, or find them on the web at heycow.com.
Tammy the Pro Home Plus is all about providing warmth and kindness to aging individuals who find it difficult to live on their own. Tammy's team is made up of experienced caregivers and nurses committed to the highest level of individualized care, focusing on health and well-being, and assisting with nutrition, grooming, medications, therapies, and daily living needs, all in a warm, caring environment. Call Tammy the Pro Home Plus today at 785-383-7094 to learn how we can help.